You know the drill, new month, new Forsaken mission target. Let's see what's going on. Hey everyone, Derpy here. Welcome back to another Battle Pirates video. This is the level 182 and it will pay out 22,000 points. Starting out, I'm going to pan around the target, look for everything going on here, and we have quite a few things. The first thing I'm dealing with is the 4 vulture missiles. They're just clustered up right here. This is unavoidable damage. There are no mountains you can hide behind or other ways to prevent this damage. I'm going to kill those, then go directly for the next one. Notice I am getting hit by the remote targeting ships right now because the Hellstar is spotting for them and shooting at me. Speaking of the Hellstar, I'm just going to shoot at this one. It's going to go down very easily. I outrange all the short-range rockets, and then the mortars are just shot down if you have any sort of good countermeasure projectile speed build. There's a whole bunch of things going on in this target, and I'm going to begin with taking down this first Brimstone. In order to do that, I want to take down the first Hellstar, or the second Hellstar here rather. Now, what you're going to notice is I am using just my fleet of Everest, which is my fleet, not the free Kixeye one. And it is a very, very low upgrade level. 3 of the ships are actually at U0. So that second Hellstar went down, I'm going to head towards the next ship and then loop into the Brimstone. This was my first hit. I'm going to tell you it took just over an hour of damage, and you're going to see that there are ways I could certainly do better. This Brimstone certainly got a few extra shots off of me. Also, I'm driving stacked this entire time and not bothering to take one ship out front or split ships up. I find that's way too much driving. I actually like to just auto my Forsaken mission and just auto the 162 and 172. This target probably does too much damage on auto, which was 2 hours and 40 minutes on auto if with my exact build the exact one time I tried. So probably not worth to auto this target. I would say it is worth to drive if I can get 1 hour repair with a pretty low upgraded fleet on my first hit, and people are certainly going to find ways to reduce this. If I keep doing it, I might even make a second video on this one. And let me know if you have any tips on ways I can improve my damage or reduce my damage in this target. Notice I took out this very central island, and I'm heading up to the very top of the target. When you're dealing with things here, it's important to note that you should be shooting at all the incoming vulture missiles one time. You should be shooting at all the mortars an unlimited number of times until you take them down. So ideally, the only explosive damage you take from these targets is from the thunderclap rockets. And the missile damage you take will be from all sorts of things because you can't shoot all of it down. You should also try and target the thunderclaps that are shooting at you as well as the brimstones first because those do the most damage. Once those are dead, take down the ships and then the vulture missiles, leaving the regular mortars for last because those really don't do any damage to you because you should be shooting all of them down. So I took down the vulture turret, gonna keep going here, and there are 6 mortars at the very top of this target. This is a pretty clear indication that you need a high projectile speed build. You need as good as high velocity rounds or better, which I will show you my build on your flagship with your anti-mortars, or across your fleet with significant anti-mortars. Now you can see damage taken right now is not bad, and also this is a pretty long target. You have to zigzag your way through all these different ice fields and go through a whole bunch of other things, which can get pretty complicated or can get pretty tiresome. At this point, I'm going to engage turret cluster and then move down south so I can engage the thunderclap rocket as well as the brimstone. Notice that the thunderclap rocket should be blocked by the mountain here, which I'm hovering over, which is a great way to tell you that you should be mitigating all damage from that thing. It should not be shooting at you. Just loop around there and take this one out. This is probably a big difference as well as killing the brimstones more quickly between reducing your damage or having higher damage. At this point, I'm going to shift to the Hellstar. You can kill that in just a few volleys. Just make sure you outrange this because it does have short-range rockets, although your auto-stopping distance will work perfectly fine for this one. You can even start moving just before it dies as I do here. Looping around the target, making sure you don't miss something. If you do miss something, it will take you like a minute to go to the other side of the target. I do this in about 5, maybe 6 minutes total, and it does get a bit better with practice. Next up, I'm going to have to go into a few heavy fields. The first one is a thunderclap, which I'm going to try and do my best to use mountains here to dodge all the damage from it and take that one down when you're fairly far away. I don't do a great job doing this. You can see I do get one shot off, but I do keep moving because that might help. And then you can tuck in behind this little wall here and shoot at this one. You do have to stop at the right distance though, and also do this fairly quickly, and I did move too far past that, because there is also a brimstone shooting at you when you are taking this one down. Speaking of the brimstone, that is your next target. After tucking in behind the mountains so that the last thunderclap in this target is not doing any damage to you, make sure you do that and make sure you try to reduce damage when possible. Again, another cluster of mortars, which is another indication that Kixeye is forcing us to have an extremely high projectile speed ship with a whole bunch of countermeasures on it. So that's the target. Let's check the damage and build. Looks like about even explosive penetrative, a bit more penetrative to be honest. 1 hour and 8 minutes of repair time for 22,000 points. Worth it to drive for me, it might not be for you, and here's my build. Notice the flagship is built as the anti-tank. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, go ahead and leave a like so I'll make more videos. Thanks to all the channel members, and as always, this is Derpy, signing out, helping you be a better pirate.